Imagine this. You are the provider, the protector, the good man who has checked all the boxes. You have the respectable job, the reliable car, the curated life. You offer stability, loyalty, and a decent heart. And yet, you watch bewildered as attention flows not to you, but to the man who possesses none of these things, the one with the unpredictable fire in his eyes, the one who seems to answer to a different, more primal rhythm. This is the silent crisis of the modern man, a paradox that guts conventional wisdom. You have done everything you were told would make you desirable, yet you feel utterly invisible. Why? Because you were sold a lie. You were taught to build a resume of worth, not to cultivate a presence of depth. You assembled the facade of a valuable partner, but the core remains hollow, echoing with the question you're afraid to voice aloud. If it's not my provision, and it's not my appearance, then what is it? What am I missing? This hunger you see in the eyes of women, this magnetic pull toward a different kind of man, is not for what he has. It is not a transaction. It is for something far more ancient, a force you have been systematically conditioned to abandon within yourself. The answer is not another checklist. It is a buried code, and to crack it, you must first understand the cage you didn't know was built around you. This hidden problem is not a flaw in you, but a byproduct of a society meticulously engineered for comfort and consumption. The philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche foresaw this, warning of the last man, the creature who blinks and seeks only petty comforts, who has traded his volcanic core for a warm, well-managed safety. You were raised in a world that systematically disenchants the masculine soul, stripping away the pursuit of profound meaning and replacing it with the pursuit of pleasant conditions. Carl Jung would argue this creates a shadow self, a reservoir of repressed wildness, passion, and purpose that now leaks out as anxiety, resentment, or a dull ache of emptiness. You were taught to be a cog, not a force of nature, to follow paths, not to blaze trails. This psychological pacification is the root of your invisibility. A woman's intuition is not seeking your bank statement. It is a primal radar for consciousness and vitality. It is scanning for a man who is truly awake in a world asleep, a man who has confronted his own darkness and integrated it into a formidable strength. This is the philosophical chasm you feel, the gulf between being a nice, functional person and being an alive, sovereign individual. But this conditioning has dire, unseen consequences that silently dictate the turns of your entire life, often in ways you've completely failed to recognize. If this dissection of the modern masculine condition is resonating with you, then you cannot afford to miss what comes next. Subscribe now, because in the following section, we will expose the silent consequences of this trap and how it dictates your reality. Let us know in the comments if you felt this invisible cage. Your experience is the proof of the problem. The consequence of this disenchanted existence is a silent psychological servitude. You live in what the philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre called bad faith, pretending you have no choice but to play the role assigned to you, trading your sovereignty for social approval. This creates a void that you desperately try to fill with external validation, the next promotion, the new gadget, the fleeting praise. But it's like pouring water into a sieve. Neurologically, your brain's reward pathways become wired for these shallow hits, reinforcing the very cycle that hollows you out. This is the great trap. You are chasing metrics of success that have been defined for you, all while the authentic power within you atrophies from neglect. You become predictable, safe, and therefore emotionally invisible. Women, often more attuned to the subtext of human interaction, don't consciously choose against you. They are simply not drawn to the energy of quiet desperation. They feel the subtle hunger in your pursuit, the unspoken need for them to fill a void that you alone are responsible for. This isn't about blame. It's about the mechanics of attraction. Your longing for a profound connection is thwarted by the unspoken signal you broadcast, that you are not the source of your own fulfillment. But if this is the cage, what does the key look like? How do you shatter the glass and step into a reality where your presence is not just noticed, but demanded. The rebellion begins with a single radical act: to stop seeking permission. This is the counterintuitive shift. You do not need more tools to become more appealing. You need the courage to dismantle the persona that makes you forgettable. It is the reclamation of what the Stoics called your inner citadel, an unshakable core that the opinions of others cannot penetrate. Look to the artists, the explorers, the innovators who were initially dismissed. They were not following a map. They were drawing their own. Your task is not to become a provider of things, but a source of meaning. This means embracing what Viktor Frankl identified as the primary human drive, the will to meaning. Start by making decisions from a place of internal conviction, not external expectation. Pursue a skill for the sheer mastery of it, not for the resume line. Engage in conversations with genuine curiosity, not with the goal to impress. This is how you rebuild. You are not adding layers. You are stripping away the inauthentic to reveal the bedrock beneath. This process forges a man who is not defined by his circumstances, but by his response to them. A man who is not looking for a reflection of his worth in someone else's eyes, but who knows his own value so deeply that it becomes an undeniable gravitational force. This leads to the final, most profound realization about the true nature of this power. This rebellion requires a new way of seeing the world. If you're ready for more of these counterintuitive frameworks, subscribe for our ongoing series on reclaiming your sovereignty. Your likes and comments fuel this channel's mission to challenge conventional wisdom. Share your biggest takeaway from this section below. The ultimate truth is this: what women crave is not something you do, but something you are. It is the state of being fully, unapologetically occupied. Occupied by a purpose that is larger than your comfort, a vision that ignites your soul, and a self-awareness that allows you to stand in your own power without needing to dominate others. This is the philosophical finality. You become a sovereign in a world of tenants. This presence, this profound inner occupancy, is what the world mislabels as confidence. It is not arrogance. It is the quiet hum of a man who has met his own shadow and integrated it into his strength. He does not seek a woman to complete him, but to complement his already complete world. This is the final paradigm shift. The longing you perceived in others was always a reflection of your own disowned potential. The magnetic pull you witnessed is the gravitational force of a self-actualized human being. So the question ceases to be, what do women want? And transforms into the only question that ever truly mattered. What kind of life am I going to build with the one wild and precious existence I have been given? Answer that with your every action, and you will no longer be seeking attraction. You will become the destination. If this final paradigm shift landed with the weight of truth, then your journey is just beginning. Subscribe to continue deconstructing the illusions and building a life of authentic power. Let us know in a comment how this redefinition of what is craved has changed your perspective. Your insights inspire this entire community.